Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today is gonna be a very special episode where you're gonna see a review of a pickup truck from a person who hates pickup trucks. It's me, and I'm in a brand new 2020 Ford F150, the best-selling vehicle in America. How about that? Let's see what it is. In my personal but very strong opinion, Tesla Model S is the best car by far compared to anything. However, even with this very strong statement, I believe that it's absolutely not capable of one very dear to me, very interesting option that you usually able to do with quite a few of very common cars in this country at least. And I always hated those cars all my life. But today I'm gonna review one. And this is what it did. Well, that was fun, at least for me. Not sure how fun it was for the car, but I starting to understand why people actually like this type of vehicles overall. It's fun. It's fun. However, when you leave that type of place and you just go on a normal, your 99% of a type of a road, it doesn't really feel that great. Just to start with suspension, I feel like, I don't know if you see my head compared to the headrest, it's constantly wobbling like this. And it's not because I'm drunk, it's simply because the suspension is extremely boat-like. I feel like I'm driving on the waves, but the road is perfectly smooth. Inside, well, I mean, it's a tough car that does not speak luxury or anything like this whatsoever. This particular model where I'm sitting right now only starts from $42,000. You have a lot of options for that price, and yet this is the best selling vehicle in America for many years in a row. Whenever I see people working at Wall Street, financial institution, whatever, and they drive in a pickup truck, so they don't need a hauling, they don't need loading the sacks of potato in the trunk. Why do you drive this monstrosity? I think it's just because of the huge size of it. It kind of gives you the feel of above everyone else on the road. You feel like you're driving a big big boat like that. Okay, I could see some appeal for some people. It doesn't really speak to me. After I did all that spinning in the sand, it's kind of smelled like something burning here. And I smell something burning. But I don't know if that's the way the car is just supposed to smell or something got pushed a little bit too far from a limit. Do you see how the car is shaky right now? Isn't it crazy? Because I'm driving a straight pavement road. I absolutely have zero interest in any pickup whatsoever. Even electric, to be honest. I know I have 2 Cybertrucks in order, but I have no interest in part of them being a pickup. Let me explain. I want to do what I just showed you. I want to ride on off-terrain like it's nothing. I want to enjoy that freedom, capability, and knowing that I can go absolutely nowhere and nothing will stop me. That I want. A huge bed for carrying potatoes and beets. I don't know what else you people carry in those beds. I have zero interest, honestly. I would much rather prefer if it were connected to the cabin somehow, and then I would be able to put a bed there or something like that where I could actually camp in the comfort of a cabin, constantly filtrating air conditioning, That I would very much appreciate. Pickup part, I'm cringy about it. It's okay though. Off-roading capabilities are very awesome. However, like I just telling you right now, it's all like shaky. Like this car, when it's driving in normal conditions, it's a horrible car. I know why I hated it. Now, like I drive it, I still hate it. Look, what happened before, a few minutes ago, what you've seen, it was incredibly fun. Don't get me wrong, but this is just like a Lamborghini. Do I want to drive a Lamborghini around the track? Hell yeah, of course. It's a stupid question. Absolutely I do. But do I want to own a Lamborghini on a daily basis and use it for groceries? No. And honestly, very few people do. Even those who can afford it, it's not the most sensible option. And the ones who can afford it, they usually just buy a second, like reasonable car that can actually handle day-to-day stuff. And that's the same thing to me. Now, performance. I don't even dare to test it, especially compared to any electric vehicle, because let me just put it that way, it's extremely, horrendously slow. And the acceleration 0 to 60 is non-existent. You know, a dying donkey would probably be a little bit faster than this. It's pretty decent car for off-roading, because just, you know, clearance, four-wheel drive, and that combination already gives you a very sweet deal. But as a car, it's pretty bad. And yet, it remains #1 selling vehicle in America. What if we improve the fact that it is a horrible car? What if we change the fact it is horrible at consumption? It is horrible at everything else but hauling and off-roading. What would be then? I think we will have an absolute bestseller ever, which is, in my opinion, is Cybertruck. Same, if not probably much better off-roading capabilities. Same, if not probably much better hauling capabilities. And we all know Tesla, it's actually gonna be a luxury vehicle packed with technology. When I say luxury vehicle, I'm not talking about ostrich feathers. I'm talking about actual luxury that matters to people, which is, you know, autopilot, which is big touch screen, which is, you know, intuitive UI, which is all those functionality at your fingertips, which is very easy to use and you don't have to pay extra for it. It's standard. In Tesla, you don't even really need to purchase any options because your car comes very well equipped. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, would I ever buy this car? No, I would not. However, if this car were electric, if this car were less horrendous on a straight line, on a perfect pavement, and if this car were not that cheaply made, listen to this sound, listen to this. It sounds like it's made out of aluminum that's so thin that I can use it like for cooking in an oven. It does not sound solid, you know. When I think of a truck, obviously I don't know nothing about trucks. That's pretty obvious. But when I do think about trucks, I think of something really tough, really sturdy, like, you know, you can just throw rocks inside of it and it doesn't even care. And then this, like all this, like it's not tough at all. If anything, it's wibbly wobbly. It's all like made from squeaky cheap plastic. And it's not durable. At least it doesn't feel durable. You know, I'm not gonna wreck the car to see how badly it's gonna get damaged, but it doesn't speak durability whatsoever from quality of materials. It just doesn't. One of the biggest problem of legacy manufacturers, in my opinion, is they're very reluctant to change. Ford introduced this car very long time ago, and it's became extremely popular ever since. Most selling vehicle, many years in a row. However, in 1959, for example, they released a a bumper for this car. So they released a new front for that car. And then they used exact same bumper on this Ford F150 for 20 years. Zero change from 1959 to 1979. Same exact bumper. Now, it did actually benefit a little bit of owners who were collecting them or keeping the very old models of them, because it was very easy to find replacement bumper for them. Because 20 years in production and one of the most selling vehicle, you can easily find replacement part. But just think about it. Such a vital part, which is just from design standpoint, from functionality, from safety, bumper, front bumper, and it hasn't changed 20 years. It sounds pretty bad to me. This particular car is so extremely popular that in the second quarter of 2019, Ford sold 324,000 one of those. Just this model, 324,000 in 1 quarter. Think about that for a second. It's insane numbers. Let's get to a conclusion. Would I ever recommend this car for anybody to buy? No. If you have to have a pickup truck right now, unfortunately, very sadly, you don't really have an option but to actually buy one. Yeah, I get it. If you have to have one, yeah. However, in the very foreseeable future, very soon, we're supposed to have some options which is so much better than this in every foreseeable way. So what I would recommend to those people who thinking about the purchase and don't necessarily have to have this car right now, is just wait. Give a couple years, a year or two to Rivian, to Tesla, to Bollinger. Give them some time to come up with a reasonably priced, much more capable vehicles than this one for hopefully even more attractive price. Give them a chance. I think it's gonna be so much better. With that said, did I have fun pushing this car to its limits until it started making burning smells? Yeah, hell yeah, of course I did, But I would not own this car for very long period of time because simply, well, A, I don't need it, B, I don't like it. It's a fun car only for a very particular type of scenario. And this was my review of Ford F150. I really like the truck where it shines. I really hated it where it doesn't. Therefore, I'm extremely excited about Cybertruck and all other EVs that coming up with the trucks, because it's gonna be a driving experience without the sacrifice. I'm really stoked about that future. Thank you very much for watching. Check out all my other videos, subscribe to my channel, let's stay in touch, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you, bye-bye. I'm in a pickup. I'm a pickup driver now. I'm a pickup driver.